Picture this. February 9th, 2004. For 23-year-old Maura Murray, life was a puzzle with pieces fitting neatly into place. Nursing school, army service, and dreams for the future were all falling into place. But like a misplaced piece, tragedy struck, turning her world upside down. Her father committed suicide just as she finished her first semester at nursing school. Grief hit her hard, but she powered through, even completing ranger school, something only 1/3 of soldiers do. Now picture this. February 2004. Maura's world is turned upside down again when her dad takes his own life. Despite the tragedy, she powers through, even finishing the tough ranger school, something most soldiers don't even attempt. Now imagine this. February 9th, 2004. Early in the morning, Maura's life changes direction. After a weekend visit home, she's driving back to school when her car crashes on a snow-covered New Hampshire road. The accident seems minor, just a fender bender. But there's a twist. Maura's car is found abandoned at the scene, but she's nowhere to be seen. This is the last time anyone will see her alive. Fast forward to the evening of February 9th, 2004, around 7 p.m. After reporting the accident earlier in the day, Maura makes a call to the University of Massachusetts, possibly to notify them of her delayed arrival. The next day, she's due to take a big nursing test, and her absence raises eyebrows. By February 11th, Maura has been missing for 2 full days. With no sign of her, the situation shifts from odd to worrying. By February 16th, the search for answers reaches a fever pitch. Posters with Maura's face are plastered everywhere, and TV crews camp outside her family home. Even talk shows jump on the case, offering potential leads. Yet despite all the attention, Maura remains missing. The lack of clues deepens the mystery. As days turn into weeks and months, the hope of finding her alive begins to fade. Yet the questions remain. What happened to Maura? Did foul play take her away, or did she leave on her own? The truth lies somewhere between the frozen roads and unanswered phone calls. It's a haunting puzzle that still begs to be solved. Maura was found abandoned in Haverhill, New Hampshire. But what if this wasn't the starting point of the story, but rather the end? Did she intentionally steer her car off course, choosing this remote location as her final destination? Let's delve deeper into the life of the young soldier. Imagine growing up with dreams as big as the sky. That was Maura. While her teenage years were marked by academic excellence, being part of the National Honor Society and playing field hockey, she also faced challenges. Picture a family dealing with a divorce, a common story, except for Maura. It was different. Her parents' separation deeply affected her, especially when her father ended his own life during her freshman year of college. However, she didn't crumble under the weight of this event. Instead, she channeled her grief into action, pushing herself harder than ever before. In fact, she used this tragedy to excel in her studies and soon enrolled in the prestigious UMass Medical School for Nursing. Her determination didn't stop there. She joined the Army National Guard and went through rigorous training, even completing the challenging Ranger School, a feat only accomplished by 20% of soldiers. But behind this strong facade, there were signs of distress. One former classmate recalled how Maura had confided in her about a traumatic experience involving a male classmate who had fondled her while she was asleep. This unsettling incident left Maura shaken and wary, highlighting a vulnerability beneath her resilient exterior. Yet despite these setbacks, she continued to push forward, graduating from the University of Massachusetts Medical School in May 2003 and joining the New Hampshire Army National Guard as a reservist, reaching the rank of specialist. On paper, her future looked bright. But lurking beneath the surface were emotional scars and unsettling events that would forever be tied to the tragic mystery surrounding her disappearance. And now let's travel back to the fateful day of February 9th, 2004. We find ourselves on a quiet road in Haverhill, New Hampshire. It's here that police discover Maura's car, a red Saturn, skid marks, and crashed into a snowbank. There are no immediate signs of injury. The car's windows are rolled up, the doors locked, and the keys are still in the ignition. There's also a broken headlight, suggesting the crash occurred recently. The initial assessment suggests that Maura's car slid off the icy road and became stuck in the snow. At this point, the authorities believe the accident was minor and assume that whoever was driving simply walked away. But as the investigation deepens, inconsistencies emerge. The medical examiner determines that the car was probably struck from behind, contradicting the idea of a single vehicle accident. Moreover, surveillance footage reveals that Maura was the only person in the car at the time of the supposed accident. This raises a perplexing question. If the car was empty, who caused the collision? The implications are unsettling. Could there have been a hit and run? The pieces of the puzzle don't fit, leaving investigators baffled and the case shrouded in uncertainty. In addition to the mysterious accident, several other incidents add layers of complexity to Maura's story. One such incident involves a troubling phone call to her boyfriend, whom she called shortly after the car accident. During this conversation, Maura mentions being stuck in the snow, indicating that she may have been involved in a minor collision. However, the content of the call raises concerns, as she repeatedly asks her boyfriend not to tell anyone that she called him. This secrecy adds a layer of mystery to the case, suggesting that Maura may have had reasons beyond the accident for not wanting anyone else to know about the call. Another unusual incident revolves around a check that Maura wrote out for $278, the same amount she withdrew from an ATM. What makes this peculiar is not only the large sum, but also the recipient listed on the check, none other than Jeffrey Burnham. This individual is linked to the case as he was released from prison in September 2003 after serving time for burglary and criminal mischief. While the nature of Maura's relationship with Burnham remains unclear, the fact that she sent him a significant amount of money shortly before her disappearance raises questions about their connection and the potential role this relationship might have played in her vanishing. These financial transactions provide an intriguing lead, suggesting possible motives behind Maura's actions and opening up avenues for understanding the complexities of her character. They serve as crucial pieces in the intricate puzzle that is the disappearance of Maura Murray, highlighting the need for further investigation into both the accident and the enigmatic Burnham. As we move forward in our exploration of this haunting case, we encounter additional pieces of the puzzle that only deepen the mystery surrounding Maura's disappearance. Remember the peculiar incident involving the damaged car and a cryptic phone call? Well, the details become even more convoluted as we uncover what transpired afterward. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered a partially filled gas can near the crashed car, indicating that someone had attempted to refuel the vehicle. However, there was no trace of the driver. If Maura had been in the car, why would she have left without notifying the authorities? And if she wasn't present, who was behind the wheel, and why would they abandon the vehicle in such a remote area? Adding to the confusion, a witness later came forward, claiming to have seen two individuals pushing a car that matched Maura's model in the vicinity of Lancaster, New Hampshire, roughly 20 miles away from the accident site. This sighting raises more questions than it answers. Were the individuals trying to repair the damaged car, or were they attempting to move it entirely? And was Maura among them? The appearance of these new details creates a labyrinth of possibilities, making it increasingly difficult to discern the truth. Every lead seems to open up more questions, and each piece of information only adds to the complexity of the puzzle. The absence of clear answers leaves us with a chilling question. What really happened to Maura Murray? As we continue to unravel the threads of this case, we must keep in mind that every detail, no matter how insignificant it may seem, could hold the key to solving this enduring mystery. But there's more to the story. See, February is usually a month of love. So why does the thought of Maura's disappearance leave us feeling so heartbroken? Because this case isn't just about missing pieces. It's about a missing soul. It's about the void left in the lives of those who loved her. And it's about the unnerving truth that sometimes the most haunting mysteries don't have neat endings. And here's the thing, when we try to understand complex ideas, we tend to seek patterns. We look for that one moment that sparked everything, like a domino aiding another, until everything changed. In Maura's case, that moment might have been her father's death. Such a profound loss can shake someone to their core, altering their behaviors and influencing their choices. And while we might want to pinpoint that exact moment, the truth is often more nuanced. Life is messy. Events intertwine, and human emotions are complex. This video just scratched the surface. To go deeper, check out the description for links and resources. Your support means everything. Stay tuned for more content. Here's to unraveling more mysteries together. Thank you, and see you in the next video.